All right, today we want to do a quarterly update on Provo, the good, the bad, and the future. So we'll jump in with the good. Good news is our first building is going to be built out in the next month or two. We're going to have storage units, climate controlled, ready to rent to customers, and we have customers in the big warehouse staged and ready to move in there and start to fill that place.
For sure. For those who don't know me, I'm Callan. I'm Ben's right hand here, and I've been putting a lot of my time and attention into these deals to help ensure that they're successful. One thing that is a great update for you guys is that this quarter we did secure our construction loan, and we're able to get started on that process. So I think that is a huge win for this asset.
Especially in a time when on our other entities we're having loans, fall out and we have to find new banks that are willing to do them. This one was strong.
For sure.
Another good news is that the biggest hurdles with the city of Provo are over. Obviously, that's been a real pain point, thorn in our side, but they're buttoning up what they're going to be involved with, and we pushed through the toughest things this last quarter.
Yeah, I think it needless to say, some of the issues that we ran into the city were definitely unprecedented, but we found they are not uncommon to us. Other individuals have had the same struggle as we have getting things pushed through. So a huge win for us, and this asset is actually our contractor. We did nail and land an amazing contractor. His name is Clint, and he's doing a wonderful job right now, and he's provided a lot of value.
Yeah, things like, saving us money on metal, saving us money on the electrical, good communication. We've had bad contractors, and knock on wood, he seems to be one of the good ones. So he's been awesome to work with.
For sure. So we're excited about what's going on there. We have so the northeast, the small warehouse, the construction started. Everything is on track. The big warehouse, so the 26,000 square footer, we have been putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into keeping that facility leased and have income being produced from that facility.
Yeah, like part of the pivot that we recognized we needed to make for the team was to only build out half of the project. Just not going to be a wise decision to build it all out with this market. So we're happy to put a lot of our time into running the business. We have a tenant in the east side of our big warehouse that does work on professional basketball floors. They do the work for the Jazz and the Mavericks, and they're taking up part of the building. We've been in negotiations with a business called The Hangar, who they will do airport parking, and they'll supplement our debt payments as well. And there's a really big upside with that business as well. And we're seeking relationships with other people to come be our tenants. So, it's not what we planned, but it's good that we're putting that time into the business plan, and we're filling up that warehouse, and we're creating new revenue streams to replace what we were going to do with the storage.
For sure. And if I may add, putting a lot of time into this big warehouse, we are working right now on a cohort of 8 to 10 small businesses to come and take and lease the space, all at $3,500 a month. I'm really, really excited about this solution. There is a big demand. A lot of these guys we have 6 committed, ready to go LOIs, and we have more on the way, but just very excited to get that group. It seems like it would be a good solution that will work really, really well with our company. Provo Airport they are adding American Airlines to their airport at the end of this year towards October. They currently charge $12 a day to park in their gravel spot. Our warehouse is conveniently located very, very close to that Provo airport. We're talking 8 to 8 minutes away, depending on whether you hit the lot. I was there in Provo just last week. On the lot, I booked an Uber, and I had an Uber over to my location at Provo in 2 minutes, and it was going to be a $6 ride to the airport. As you know, there's tons of money, tons of big money, and a lot of wonderful businesses in the Wasatch Front in Utah County. I think that charging $8 a day, which is our plan with the hangar, charge $8 a day for airport parking in our Provo warehouse, so that you don't have to drag your Louis Vuitton through the dirt parking lot and have to do that yourselves. I think we're going to have some really, really good success. We actually just got an introduction to the director of operations over at BYU, who we're going to talk about having an agreement, a deal with the teams, because often those teams are always traveling and a lot of those players have to fly on their own. So we have some big things that are working on, and I'm really, really excited about this warehouse, and I'm excited to keep you guys updated on that.
Yeah, I think the overall message is we have a lot of irons in the fire. We're not just taking this setback as okay, well, we can't justify building storage there. Let's call it a loss. It's like we're trying to take this and turn it into something great, and we have real estate professionals, our personal time, new people we're just connecting with. We're all trying to create business plans to squeeze as much juice out of this asset as we can, and we'll keep you posted as those develop.
For sure. Okay, that wraps up the good that we have.
Okay, it's bad. No one wants to talk about it, but you guys deserve to know. So as we've briefed you on a little bit, city has been just miserable to work with. To call and follow up with them, hey sir, can I just ask about how long it's gonna be? Oh, you want me to cut the line? You really expect me to just let you just cut the line of all these other people I'm working on? It's like, no, sir. I just want to know how long it's going to take. So there's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of follow up, a lot of disappointment with the city, but that's the city. We've had our, a grow up moment, just learning how to deal with them. And I would add our architect. I thought he'd be a good architect because he did a good job on our St. George project that's so profitable. But he's turned out to be someone we can't rely on in the future. I don't know if he's just growing too fast and we've fallen to the bottom of his priority list, but we paid him way too much money for him to just let us down like this. So, we have high points with our general contractor and our location, our city timeline, and our architect has been some of the real low points.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's needless to say, it's definitely set us back in how fast we wanted to get this done, and so that's definitely one of the hardest things, is that things have been it's been slower to move with everything. And I worked with working on that SWIP report that we had, part of the compliance for the city, and the individual that we hired to file that used to work for one of the largest home builders in Provo, and he said that he was calling them every single day, and they could never get anything to move with the city of Provo, which unfortunately is not what it seemed like when we did all of our reviews and all the meetings, which turned out to be really positive. It turns out that once you start getting into the details, they just add and add. They keep moving the goalpost, if you will, on every, like, okay, we get them this, and it's like, okay, well, now you need this and this. And it just was a constant battle, but we're making it through, and we pushed through, and we're basically there. So
yeah, I mean, we just need you to know that we're not passively waiting for them to call us back. We're driving the critical path every day, and it's still this slow. Another thing I'll touch on is we told you we fired some realtors that haven't got the job done for us. We've hired new realtors we feel like have a better marketing strategy. And we did have the building under contract for what would have been a really nice, profitable sell. After some due diligence, that they asked for an extension, and I read it as a waste of our time. So we cut that deal, and we're back on the market. I didn't think it was right for them to lock up our project. I felt like they wouldn't perform and close. So we're back on the market looking to make a profit with that strategy as well.
Yeah, and so just so everyone's aware, the market right now, and this is our last thing to discuss, but the market has slowed down, and you've probably seen that in real estate and other areas, but in storage in general, it has softened a little bit from where we were during COVID. This isn't a bad thing. We're actually kind of just adjusting to normal times. But when it feels like, for a lot of people, it feels like, hey, occupancies are coming from 95% down to 90, sometimes 85, and prices are softening a little bit. This is just a market cycle. We're really confident in the future.
Yeah, I think it's a hard pill to swallow that the market's soft, but I'm optimistic that it's a good thing that we're finishing one building this month and next month. Then we'll in the months after that we'll finish our second building, and we'll be ready for what I hope to be a boom year next year. Because it's a good year to do construction during the soft market. So during the high point of the cycle, we're in good shape with a ready facility.
For sure. With that wraps up the bat.
Okay, the future. We know that there's a lot of good things going on. There's a lot of bad things going on, but we want you to know that this is our priority. We have a lot of other deals that we're kind of putting on the sidelines that might be, more advantageous for us to pursue because we care about doing this right. We care about keeping our promises, making up for some of our mistakes. So a lot of our energy is on this deal specifically, and we feel like that's the only right way to do business with you guys. So we are constantly brainstorming, negotiating with people, talking with people, drumming up new ideas, kicking up new business plans to try to get something off the ground to really turn the ship.
For sure. And we have been pushing a lot into this facility, into not just the storage, but the moving company, so we can bring more of these moving clients. Now we've seen, Ben can attest, but I've seen, firsthand how powerful his moving company is in blowing up a storage facility, and we're making tremendous strides with the moving company in this location so that we can continue to bring that value to the storage company and having those clients and those tenants.
Yeah, we're cranking up. We're recognizing we're going to be open for business soon, so we're cranking up our marketing efforts, putting marketing dollars into this, and I think it's going to really show dividends with the things that we're learning, the professionals we're hiring to create content and then boost it. I think it's going to help us in the coming months.
Yeah, and I'm very, very optimistic and very, very excited for this asset in the future. We'll have not just an amazing climate control facility in an incredible location, but we should have a great lease, a great business in our big warehouse. This is going to be a prime asset for a big investor, and I think that the exit will be there. I think there'll be big dollars for sure in the exit.
I agree. That's a good way to cap it. We have a lot of hurdles. It's been a roller coaster, but ultimately the location is strong, the market is growing, and we feel like our long-term future is in a good spot.
Thanks, everybody.